Welcome to my hardware lab. This is the location that I develop anything in my program that has to do with hardware. I have another location that's more specific for developing documents and even working with the Micro 800 simulator. Now, this particular presentation today is for the folks that are taking this course. This is the manual. It's Part 1 of Micro 800 with CCW, but it's the 3rd edition. So this is a new manual. The 3rd edition is definitely different than the 2nd or the 1st. And there's a set of videos, lectures, that supports this available for subscription currently on Vimeo. So today we're going to talk about Watchdog Timer. Well, first of all, what is a Watchdog Timer? In a PLC program, when I say program, you could say project or program, there is a sequence of things that take place. To refresh your memory, it goes out and it collects the state of the inputs. It brings in snapshots of the state of all the inputs. Then it executes the program code, and then it takes the decisions from the program code and sends those out to the outputs, okay, the hardware. Well, that's a cycle, a sequence. The Watchdog Timer is basically watching to make sure that that sequence doesn't exceed a certain length of time. Now, there's a default time, which is, I can't even remember what it is. I think it's might be 2 seconds. We could go look. But anyway, what it does is the Watchdog Timer, if it gets reset once during each of the cycle, the PLC cycle of collecting inputs, executing the code, updating outputs, then there's some background or housekeeping that takes place. So there's actually 4 steps in the sequence, but it's continuous thousands of times a second. So there's a timer in there, and if it gets hung up any place in that sequence for more than the length of that timer preset, it declares a fault, a Watchdog Timeout fault. In other words, the Watchdog Timer timed out with getting reset like it normally would in the normal course of things. So that's what a Watchdog Timer does. And a timeout is a fault that you get if you get hung up somewhere in your program. Typically where that happens, I'd say not 100% of the time, but close to it, is in your code. You did something in your code like a loopback. In other words, you're executing rungs of logic. You have a jump backwards in your code. Maybe you wanted to execute a piece of code 100 times. So you loop backwards in your program 100 times, and you have a counter, and on the 100th execution, it goes on through, completes, and then you're back into the normal cycle. If you mess that up, or you have a counter that doesn't get reset or whatever, and it gets hung there, you're going to get a Watchdog Timeout. Now, for Connected Components Workbench, the simulator, that Watchdog Timeout is a little different. With a real controller, the Watchdog Timer is in the controller, that piece of hardware out there, okay? So it's totally independent of the RAM in your laptop. With the simulator, remember that when you run the simulator, you're creating an instance of that simulator in random access memory of your laptop or desktop computer. Then when you power it up, it goes into A mode, whether it's program or run. And when it goes into the run mode, it starts executing the Watchdog Timer and resetting it. But remember that it's the simulator is running in the RAM of your computer. Therefore, you could say that the Watchdog Timer is a function inside the simulated RAM of the simulator inside the RAM of your computer, which means that it's vulnerable to whatever else is going on with your computer. So there's some inherent challenges and opportunities for problems when you have a simulator that has to run and function correctly on millions of laptops, all different operating systems, different people setting it up, etc. So what we're going to do is I'm going to switch over to my screen, to my software, and I'm going to show you some things. Then we'll come back and wrap it up. We begin by opening up Connected Components Workbench, and now we're going to go look to see what kind of resources are being used in our operating system of our computer for CCW. To do that, we do a Control-Alt-Delete, and it props up with the Task Manager. And in the Task Manager, we see, while I'm running Camtasia, because that's what I'm recorded with, I'm also running, you can see there, Connected Components Workbench. So I'm going to, I could right-click on this, or I can just go more details. This is what I wanted you to see right here. Okay, so we've got more details, and notice that the recorder, what I'm using to record right now, is moderate. It shows very low for CCW. See right here, very low. I'm going to right-click on Connected Components Workbench. I'm going to go to Details. Go to Details. That's always the first step, is go to Details. And it'll come up highlighted. You see it's highlighted in the list. Right-click. This is very important. Set Affinity. This particular computer has 8 processors. And for that reason, this being an older computer, when I say old, it's a Core i7 and it's fairly high speed. It's a Dell Precision. It's a good laptop. Some of my computers have a dozen CPUs. The reason that tech support's giving for Watchdog Timeout errors is that the computer is too fast. That's their terminology. And their solution is to set the affinity lower. So you unselect all processors and then you just select a couple of them and hit OK. So what I did was I went in and set the affinity for CCW, but that's not the simulator. So now let's open up something. We'll just open up any old program because it really doesn't matter. Okay, we have a program open. Let's go back and look at our resources and go to Processes. And you can see that the usage is still very low. And the only thing associated with CCW that you see in there is Connected Components Workbench. So let's minimize that. Now let's open up the simulator. Start the simulator. There it is. I'm going to pull it out of the way because we're not really using it for anything other than we're demonstrating something. Now I'm going to go back to Resources, and now you see the simulator is there as a separate entity from Connected Components Workbench. If I right-click on that and go to Details, and then see it's highlighted, right-click on that, Set Affinity. Notice that the affinity is set exactly what I set, or not set, but I set CCW at 4 CPUs, and the simulator opens at 4 CPUs. Okay, so what that means to you is that if you open CCW, then go set the affinity, then open the simulator, that the simulator is running at the exact same affinity. But notice that the Connected Components Workbench is very low. That's power usage. CPU is basically zip for both. Now let's turn on this device to see if it makes any difference. You see what happened? As soon as you power this puppy up. Now remember, this is in the RAM of your computer. Now you've got code that's executing against a section of the RAM in your computer that's supposed to be representing something that is in no way part of your computer. It's a simulator. So you can see that it jumped up to very high power usage, but it's up to 4.3%. Well, actually, it varies 17% of CPU. And see, now it says very high. Now that's with the, and we'll go back and we'll go to the details. we'll go to the affinity. See, the affinity is still set high. So just for grins, I'm going to knock that down to 2 and go back to processes here. And you see it really doesn't change a whole lot. But it is definitely lowering the number of CPUs that are being used for that simulator. Now, what I was showing you in this instance is if you set the affinity first for CCW, then open up the Micro 800 simulator, it takes on whatever the affinity that you set for CCW. Now let's do it the other way around. To do that, I'm going to pause and then reopen. Okay, I shut down CCW, which automatically shuts down the simulator. I'm going to go back to my resources, and I'm going to go to Connected Components Workbench, go to Details, Set Affinity, and you can see that all of the processors are set now, right? In other words, this is something you have to do every time you open up CCW. So CCW is running with all of the CPUs. Now I'm going to open up a program in CCW. Now I'm going to go to the Task Manager, and you can see that CCW, very low resource use. Go to Details, Set Affinity. Okay, verified that. Now I'm going to go start the simulator, and I'm going to power it up. Okay, slide it off to the side. Let's go back and look at our resources. So set affinity, still all processors are selected. Let's go back to processes and go to the simulator. Go to Details, set affinity. Now let's drop that one down. So unselect all, and we'll just select a couple. Then let's go back to Connected Components Workbench, go to Details, Set Affinity. See, it's still set with all 8 CPUs running for CCW, but if we go to our simulator, it's exactly where we set it. So there's 2 ways you can do this. When you open up CCW, you can immediately go and set the affinity. Or you can go on about your business, and if you use the simulator, then you can go set the affinity. I don't know that one works better than the other, but I do know this. This computer that we're on right now, it has less cores, less CPUs than the one upstairs in my other office where I do other development. It has at least a dozen, and that one has Watchdog Timeout errors much more often than this one does. As a matter of fact, I cannot remember a Watchdog Timeout error on this particular laptop. So we definitely know it's associated with the hardware setup of your computer. It has nothing to do with the simulator. So here's what you need to keep in your head. The simulator has simulated RAM. It's actual random access memory. So you've got this chunk of RAM in your computer, and a little piece of it is set aside for the simulator, and inside of that is a smaller piece that represents the RAM of a simulated processor. So you're trying to execute code in this little space that's part of this bigger space. These 2 pieces of RAM aren't separate. So anything going on out here can interfere with what's going on in here. So you're thinking, well, how could the Watchdog Timeout fault if you've got nothing really going on in here? Well, this is being interleaved with everything else going on in your computer. So if it's too fast, if your computer's too fast, the simulator might actually not be looking when something takes place. Therefore, the simulator doesn't think it happened, but it did actually happen. So it really doesn't matter the inner machinations of the simulator to us as long as it works. So we know that if you reduce the number of CPUs, and I showed you 2 different ways of going about that, both of them have the same effect as long as the simulator, the affinity for the simulator is reduced in the number of CPUs. You can do that automatically by setting CCW lower, then when you open up the simulator, it inherits that set or that configuration for the number of CPUs. I hope this helps you out.